Recently, we shot our first roll of film in Tokyo, and we absolutely fell in love with it, but not the prices. If only there was a way to shoot digital and get the film look.
Well, fortunately, Sean, there might be a solution. Dehancer, a plugin for Lightroom and Photoshop, allows you to emulate film, and they reached out to us to do a review.
And if you decide you want to give Dehancer a go, we've got a discount code just for you. What's the discount code, Liam?
Hyperfocal. The code is hyperfocal, or check out the link in the description below.
If you use this code, you'll get 10% off all Dehancer products on PC and Mac.
And we'll receive some pennies too. So it's a great way for you to support us if you'd like to.
I have to mention that they have given us Dehancer for free, but this is an impartial review. So let's see if Dehancer is any good. So me and Liam chose the Photoshop version of Dehancer. So I've chose a few shots from a time in Tokyo around Shibuya, and I think there might even be a shot from Osaka as well. I just think that these are really good shots that I wish I got on film. So now I'm going to try and emulate that film look with Dehancer and see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to try and edit a nighttime shot. So it's this one in Osaka of this taxi, and you've got a couple in the back and the woman is looking straight into the camera. I really like this shot. So I am looking forward to see what Dehancer can do with this picture. I am quite concerned that it's already quite contrasty. So we'll see how it goes. I might have to decrease the contrast a little bit in this one. It's going to be a little bit too much, I think. So yeah, let's drag that in. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring down this contrast, not too much, and maybe bring up those blacks a bit. So I'm going to crop it, and I'm going to make it a landscape. I'm going to bring up the shadows a little bit as well, because I'm really worried that it's going to add way too much contrast. So I've got that in my mind at all times when I'm editing with Dehancer, to make sure that I don't go overboard with the contrast. So I'm just going to add a radial mask here. And the whole point of this is that the center of the image is really contrasty because you've got this highlight in the back of another taxi. So it's backlit, so it's really, really contrasty. So I just want to remove a little bit of that contrast just from that area. And let's do that by increasing the exposure a little bit and decreasing the contrast. Maybe turn those highlights down a little bit. And let's also reduce those shadows. So that's a good starting point for Dehancer. So for this one, I'm just going to play around with the different film stocks that Dehancer's got and just see which one I think best suits this scene. So let's go to all presets. And let's just choose one that I think complements this scene. I've just gone straight away to the cine still. But I don't know, I feel like there's going to be a better preset for this one. Because I really want to capture as much of that colour that is in the scene. That looks really nice. So I've gone with this Pro Kudin Goskai. So let's see how this one does. Let's go to film development. Maybe increase the contrast a little bit, which I never thought I would do in Dehancer, but with this one, I think it definitely needs it. There we go. And maybe a little bit of a color boost in this one. Just a slight color boost, just so you can see those reflections on the car really stand out. And maybe add a little bit of film compression to this one as well. Just going to increase that film grain a little bit and just increase the amount as well. Actually, no, I'm probably gonna take it back a little bit. Is turn on a little bit of halation, not too much because the scene is quite blue. It's quite a low temperature. So as soon as I add halation, you can see it adds a lot of amber colors there. So let's just increase the limiter a little bit, and then maybe let's bring down that amplify a little bit, and then let's turn on the bloom because I feel like that's going to really make this picture pop with those headlights. Yeah, I can see that straight away. Just such a film look. It looks amazing when you add that bloom. Maybe let's decrease that impact a little bit. Yeah, that's looking really good. But I'm really, really worried about this preview not being entirely correct when I export it to Photoshop. So I'm going to bring down the halation and the bloom just a tad, and maybe change that contrast, because I'm aware that Photoshop might change that a little bit. And there we go. I think that is my final picture with that one. And let's press OK. So that is before, and then that is after. And I think there's a massive difference there. You can see like that bloom, that halation, it really sells that film look. And yeah, I'm really happy with this picture. I'm actually going to save and export this picture because I might post it to Instagram.
So what we're going to do, we're going to go for one I got in Tokyo. Get your layer, background copy, and then we'll filter, Dehancer film. We'll go profiles. So going to go down the profiles tab, see what we can find, something that sticks out, something that I like. So first thing, we want to turn up the contrast just a little bit. And then the exposure, we're going to go 0.3. It's not really doing a lot. I'm not really sure how sensitive it is, but from doing the sliders, it is quite sensitive. So, as you can see, so I don't want to go too overboard. 0.5. Let's go 6. Temperature control will up the temperature a tad. Will that work? It will. And then we're going to go down to what's the colour boost look like? Just a tad bit of colour. And then a bit more exposure on the print side of things. Hopefully, it gets the right exposure then. I'm just trying to, you can obviously sort this out in Lightroom or Photoshop, but I just want to see what we can do just inside Dehancer. And I think that looks not too bad at the moment. Bit more contrast on the print side, and then a bit more exposure, a tad. I don't want to overexpose it. There we go. And then color heads. I'm guessing these are like your curves, your color curves in Lightroom. I should imagine. Yes, they are. And if you add a little bit of cyan to that, beautiful. So film grain is quite hard to see on this monitor, but we're gonna drop the amount just a tad to 15, I think, and then maybe increase the size a little bit. See if that does anything good. Halation, there's not really a lot. There's only a bit of halation on top of his hat and his back. So we'll see what we can do with that. As you can see, it's quite good really for blooming your highlights and stuff. Only want a little bit of halation. I'm not sure if that'll come out right. We'll go down to 7.5. Hue. And bloom. Finally bloom. We don't want that much halation, to be honest. That much bloom, sorry. I really do about that much. It's a bit mad at the moment. And then I think all we need to do now is add a bit of vignette. Let's add a vignette. And then we'll see what that comes out with inside Photoshop. because at the moment, pretty sure the preview and the final result is a bit different. That's come out really, really good, to be fair. I like the halation of the his hat and his neck. It's come out really well. So yeah, I think we'll do a before and after quickly. So that's before, and then after. Before and after. I think it's gone really well, to be fair. Quite like that. I might use that myself.
So that was Dehancer. I think it's really good. It doesn't replace film. I don't think anything will ever truly replace film. But if you want to get that halation and bloom without the film prices, without buying a film camera, a lens, getting your film, getting it developed, it's getting really costly. So I think in the long run, this would be a lot more cost effective.
To get the most out of it, I think you're going to need to play around a bit. You can get some very good results from just sticking on a profile or a preset or whatever and running with that. But I think if you want to get to the use to its full potential, I think you're going to need to play around with it a lot more than what I have for about 10-20 minutes a day. Some of the results are really good though. I do quite like one Sean did in the taxi. That was really, really good. And one of mine with the cook came out quite well. But as I said, I think you do need to play around with it a little bit to get up to scratch a bit, to get the most out of the program.
I do like it, and I'm definitely going to carry on using it. And if you guys want to keep using it, use the code HYPERFOCAL on Dehancer's website and you'll get 10% off. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Difference doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that you're special.